it's your lovely Abbie Dagrin, and welcome back to my channel, lovelies. Today I'll be continuing a series on my channel that deals with natal chart analysis, and today I'll be doing one on Brad Pitt. I'll be speaking on his personality traits, his characteristic traits. I'll be speaking on how a lot of his placements have led to a lot of his success and how it has really benefited him. So please stay tuned for the rest of my video, lovelies. If you have not yet become a part of the Abbie Dagrin family, this is your calling to do so. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you know when I upload videos on the daily. Please also make sure you hit that like button and that share button so you'll be able to show your appreciation for the video and also share it with everybody else, whether it's your friends, your family members, your enemies, anyone who really loves this content. Now let's get right into the video. Brad Pitt was born on December 18th, 1963, so this qualifies him to be a Sagittarius. And by having this placement, he tends to be someone who's very much witty, very much merry, and is always looking for an adventure. He's someone who's very optimistic. Makes sense because Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter and they just have a lot of optimism in them. He tends to also be a very honest person as well, and he can be very intellectual in regards to this placement. He's someone who is very philosophical, and he's gonna very much talk about different things that maybe other people may not understand, but he loves to learn different topics and learn different things and just be very much educated on different things. So he's very much open-minded than how other people may be, and that's what really brings on his intellectual nature. So this really does explain him. Next up is his Capricorn moon, and this can be a very difficult placement to have. So obviously the moon is ruled by Cancer and Taurus, so someone with this placement, they tend to be well-rounded, very rational, very practical people who are always known to be the best of the best. The only issue with this placement is that they're not able to show their emotions, and it can be very hard for them to. And they tend to be very reserved people. They are very much committed in what they're going to do in life. They tend to be very realistic and very capable and resilient. These are one of the most resilient moon signs. Regardless of what happens in their life, they're going to get up and keep moving. They tend to be very practical people as well. They're very much ambitious, and they don't really like to express their emotions and can come across as cold, but they're very much great at being sarcastic, and it's a very interesting placement to have. Up next would be his Mercury in Capricorn, and it makes sense for him to have it because he is a Sun in Sagittarius. So if you have Sun in Sagittarius, Capricorn, or Aquarius, you can get a Mercury in Capricorn. So he's someone who tends to going to have a reserved expression. He does have a conservative communication about him. He's not going to speak on everything, but when he does speak, it's very much listened to. He's very efficient with his words. He's very serious in regards to his opinion. He is going to have a very ambitious type of speaking. He does like the type of traditional education that other people have. They are very much calculated in their reasoning, and they are very much dutiful in their gestures. They are also the types of people who are going to be practical in the way they speak, and they do have a conventional style that reflects their traits. So up next would be his Venus in Capricorn, and this will give him his third placement in Capricorn. So he has a Capricorn stellium. He is the type of person who will try to win his heart or anyone's heart with self-control, presence of mind, and reasonable behavior. They tend to want someone who's very goal-oriented, very witty, savvy, and very much controlled in themselves. They are very much wanting someone who's very mature, very responsible, very hardworking, very successful, and socially validated. They also love and value stability, predictability, responsibilities, productivity, and maturity. And they're going to love you through logical and responsible gestures instead of romantic actions. So they may buy you something that they feel is going to be proactive, and they're going to do things for you. Their love language is acts of service and probably gift giving as well. So that's something that you will really much see with them. Up next would be his Mars in Capricorn, and this is a great placement to have as well. They tend to be very much hardworking, and they are very strong in the type of people they are. They're very much desire for wealth, success, and power. That is what gives them that drive. That's something that makes them want to continuously do something in life, is by having the wealth, success, and power needed. They need that stability in order for them to really feel comfortable. So they will work as hard as they need to in order to get that. They also tend to be the types of people who are very ambitious and very enduring. They can at times be stubborn and can have a manipulative nature to get what they want, but they have the biggest ambition and the biggest drive to work, and they are going to make sure that regardless of what comes in their way, they're going to make sure they get exactly what they want. So that's something that really benefits them in the best way. Up next would be his Jupiter in Aries, and with this placement, he has the energy for travel and meeting challenges head on, and this is what gives him a lot of the opportunities that he gets by being honest and straightforward. Is something that is an Aries trait, and they're always going to do that in order for them to get what they want. They're very much not going to be compromising in regards to what they want in life. They do have a great need to be themselves and explore their latest talents and abilities. They are not afraid to let themselves go and develop self-confidence and pride in their accomplishments, but they try not to become self-centered and ignore the needs of others. And building up self-discipline is important, and focusing their energies properly is something that's very important as well. So getting new opportunities is something that they always get because they're able to use their straightforwardness to get the opportunities that they want and need. Up next would be his Saturn in Aquarius, and this is actually a great placement to have. Saturn is very great in Aquarius, Capricorn, and in Libra. So they tend to be very much reserved in their actions, even though they may be considered to be unconventional. So this placement, they do go through a lot in their lifetime, but they're able to really learn a lot of lessons. And if people do something to them, they will get kind of the karma that is going to be given to them. So they don't really have to lift a finger against people who do them wrong. But they are put on this earth to learn so many lessons. And it can be hard and very difficult for them as well, because they feel like they're just continuously having a lot of lessons that they need to learn. And they may see other people with different placements not really have to go through what they go through. But this is a great lesson, and they learn a lot of lessons. Up next would be his Uranus in Virgo. And with this placement, he tends to be someone who has amazing intuition and is able to assess a situation and move ahead in the right direction. He's also someone who loves to have a degree of intensity in which they dislike normal everyday routines and chores. They will always go out of their way to invent innovative, unique, and time-saving ways to perform the various types of routines and duties that they have to do in their life. They are also attracted to all manner of practical and useful gadgets, anything that will make their daily life more exciting. So having Uranus in Virgo really gives an innovative and an inventive type of energy, because they want to be able to make their life easier, so they will find different ways to do that, whether it's inventing something or just using their intuition to make the right decisions. Up next would be his Neptune in Scorpio, and with this placement, he tends to be someone who is rare and finds pleasure from the deepest and darkest of placement. That is where they get their inspiration from. They may go into different things or talk about different things that others would not want to talk about, and they're not scared to do that whatsoever. They are also the types of people who may be a little bit unique, because a lot of people may see them as different because the things that probably is prohibited, or the things that are not considered cool is something that they will go into and they just love to look at. So they are going to think about new ways to make a lot of the things that are not considered cool to be cool, and they're very great at doing that. Anyone with this placement, they're able to bring a situation into the light that probably people would not. Next up would be his Pluto in Virgo, and he's been able to get this placement because he was born between 1957 and 1972. He's someone who's a part of a generation that is about perfection and a down-to-earth attitude. They tend to be very much hardworking, self-improving, and very skilled. They are about the environment and about technology. And some things that can be very difficult for them is that they may have guilt or self-destructiveness, and that's something that can really be hard for them. They're also the types of people who are quite adept to helping others and offering the practical care necessary to improve anyone's status. They're always going to be helpful, and they're always going to make sure that their friends are good, or if you need any help to get to a higher level in your life, they are going to be there to help you, and they're just can be one of the greatest people to know. Up next would be his North Node in Cancer. So in order for him to uncover his hidden gifts and talents, he will need to develop these attributes. He will need to notice and validate people's feelings, having a lot of empathy for others, being very nurturing and supporting of others, building one's own foundation and security, an honest disclosure of feelings and insecurities, having a lot of humility, accepting others' fluctuating moods without judgment, staying centered in their own feelings. Another thing they will need to do is learning how to have a lot of empathy and a lot of care, being able to nourish themselves, connecting to their emotions and not repress them, identifying with the child within and not the adult part at all times, letting go of fear of control and achievement, and honestly trusting how they feel. Up next would be his Chiron in Pisces, and with this placement he has the wound of trust and has the wound of instability. So with this wound, maybe at a young age they were not in good hands, or a lot of bad things happened to them where they were not protected, and at this age, now that they are older, they don't really trust people, they don't trust society, and that's something that is very much difficult for them. Ways for them to really heal is by having a lot of compassion on others, and also knowing that not everyone on this earth is going to hurt them, and that their experiences, they need to heal from it, go to therapy, and also being able to give the compassion and give the love that they weren't able to get when they were younger, and give the protection that they will need to give to themselves and others as well. Up next would be his Ascendant in Sagittarius, and with this placement he's someone who loves to explore and travel. He's very restless and very active. He can be very direct, and sometimes it can be seen as very tactless. He has a very natural optimism. He loves to share his opinions. He's someone who's very lighthearted, very charismatic. He needs freedom in his life, and he needs independence as well. Very much Sagittarius placement traits, being able to like everyone to be happy, being very curious, especially towards spirituality and philosophy, being very much self-confident in himself, having a very carefree nature, and knowing that things are always happy. They tend to be very lucky in their life and very much adventurous, and they also are going to be humanistic. They love to share, and they love to do things that are important for others, and this is a very great placement to have. Last but not least is his midheaven in Virgo, and with this placement he tends to be someone who is safe when choosing a career that he prefers, that is very stable, very secure. He's someone who loves to handle language and being direct towards his goals. He's someone who loves to do things that are very analytical, do things that gives him the last detail that is needed to get something done. He's also someone who's very persistent in his career, very well informed, very practical, very thoughtful, very helpful. He knows what you need because of that immutable sign, that intuition that comes with it. He's someone who's great at cultivating efficiency, and he's someone who's also great at establishing routines. So in his career, these are the skills and the strengths that he has, and this is his image in the public. That's all I had for you guys today in regards to Brad Pitt's natal chart. Please let me know down below in the comment section, did you learn more about him? Did you get a better understanding as to who he is as a person? Please also make sure you let me know down below who else you guys would want me to do a natal chart analysis on. And if you have not yet, please make sure you are subscribed to the channel. And please make sure you hit that like button, that share button, and you hit that notification bell so you know when I upload videos on the daily. And last but not least, please make sure you are following me on all of my social media accounts, from my Facebook to podcasts under Abbie Dagrin, my Etsy store through Instagram under Gael Beauty, and my PayPal information down below. And everything else will be linked down below. I love you all. Please stay safe and healthy, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, lovelies.